Well, hello everybody. Got a fun video I've been really excited to do here. I'm going to share with you guys. You know, you guys have heard me say in the past that sometimes the story behind the gun is just as interesting as the gun itself. That's what we have today. So the gun we're shooting today, Winchester Model 70 264. This gun was given to me for my graduation, 1988. This gun's been around a long time. As you guys can see, it's in great condition. This gun's rode in a horse on a saddle scabbard in Idaho. Taken several elk. I don't know how many deer, I can't even count that many. But this gun has a lot of sentimental value to me. It's got a FX 1000 Nikon scope on it, 6-24. I don't think they even make the scope anymore, but we've had great luck with this. Me and my son both have this same scope on a couple different rifles. So this guy is the New Haven model, the push feed, not the control feed. I know that the true Winchester Model 70 aficionados kind of turn their nose up to this push feed gun, but I'll tell you what, this gun for me is a beauty. Like I say, my dad gave it to me for graduation, 1988. Of course the wind's going to pick up. I hope the new microphone helps out a little bit, but I gave this to my son when he graduated a few years ago. I hope that I live to see the day that he gives it to his own son. That's the hope for this rifle. We still use it a little bit. It's not like it's, you know, it's so precious. We just have it as a safe queen. My son's killed many deer with this. My son's only killed one elk, and he did not use this rifle. He was only 12 when he killed his first and only elk up to this point. So he was using a 308 Browning lever action on that hunt. But anyway, so yeah, this gun just means a ton to me. A lot of great memories with this gun. My hope is there's a lot of great memories to come with this gun. So anyway, enough about the gun. We'll talk about the ammo today. So I got two different loads today. Essentially, I'm just going to bring you guys along with the load development. The first one we're going to shoot today is essentially we're just checking for zero. This is a 140 grain Nosler AccuBond. We're using Reloader 22 powder with it. We've chronographed this before going just over 3,000 feet. So with this gun, you know, you can hot rod them. I'm not a hot rod guy. I am an accuracy guy. So whatever works, you know, if it needs to be at the top, we'll go to the top. If it needs to be close to the bottom, that's fine too. 264s historically are a little finicky to reload for. I'm going to say that's been my experience. Not terrible, but just, you know, it likes what it likes a little bit. So we're going to chronograph this guy and just shoot 3 shots to double check for zero. The second load we're going to use, this is just a real generic Speer 140 grain hot core. I've used this bullet in this gun for many years. My go-to load for 25 years was this Speer hot core with Hodgdon H870. Of course, there's the people out there using H870. It has not been made for a long time. I loaded a few hundred rounds of these when I was in my early 20s, and they lasted me until Carson started hunting and shooting, and you know, we swapping scopes around and all that. We end up burning that ammo up. But H870 is not even available anymore. So what I'm using today on this one is MagPro. There again, talk about availability on stuff. Reloader 22. Probably 4 years ago, you could find it in every sporting goods store in America. I have not seen it on the shelf for probably 3 to 4 years. So the MagPro's been real available. A good friend of mine I work with, he said that he has used MagPro in his 264 with great success. So I thought, well, shoot, it's available, and we'll give it a try today. So if you guys watch this channel a little bit, you know that I'm the biggest tightwad in the world. So I'm going to show you some things that I think is very interesting. Speer hot cores, hope you guys read that. $27.99 a box. 28 cents a piece, relatively speaking. These Nosler AccuBonds, not even a price on them, but I can tell you what I paid for them. About $50 for a box of 50. Of course, it's a premium bullet, you're going to pay a little bit more for premium. So, the 28 cents bullet versus the $1 bullet is significant to me. So that's why we're going to try to get this load developed today. We'll do some chronographing and see what we come up with. Alright, so I got the chronograph set up. I'm going to shoot one or two with the Noslers, and then one or two with this Speers, and just see what the chronograph tells us. All right, so we're going to shoot two with the Nosler first, and then two with the Speers. All right, that is showing 28.92. That is not what I thought it was. We'll shoot one more. We'll have a look. 28.54. The other one was 28.92. All right, well, that's not what I remember. I have not shot this setup for a couple years now. I thought we was just over 3,000, so that's very interesting, isn't it? We'll take two shots with the Speer and the Mag Pro load. That one's reading 28.28. All right, guys, so you see that 28.13. I can't say that I'm not a little bit surprised what those was at. That first nozzle load, we developed that probably 3 or 4 years ago, and we've got great accuracy. So me and my son both have 264s. I'm going to do another video on that one, or on that other one, one of these days. But it's hard to develop a load for two guns, so the animal's interchangeable, which we accomplished that with a lot of pain. But so anyway, I thought we was around 3,000 feet, which in today's world it doesn't matter. That 2,800 feet out of a really premium bullet, that is a game, yeah, in the field. That's nothing wrong with that. So anyway, we're going to shoot it on paper. I guess a beauty thing is both them bolts are going really close to the same velocity. If they are shooting same point of impact, that would be the perfect world. You know, we can play around with steel and monkey around and target practice, do whatever with those Speer bullets, and then if we go to the elk, or you know, on an elk hunt or something like that, just grab the Noslers, and we know the point of impact's the same. So we'll do some shooting on paper and see what happens. All right, so the first 3 shots we're going to take is with the Nosler AccuBonds. On essentially all we're doing is double checking zero. Well, guys, we'll walk and have a look. I'll show what we did, but I can see through the scope I had a terrible flyer. That last shot, I flinched or something and it pulled the clear out, but we'll go have a look at it. Okay, I hope you guys can see that. So through that 24 power scope, I can see that was the first shot. Second, third one, I knew I pulled it as soon as the gun went off, but we'll just throw a tape on it for fun. That's about 1.5 inches. You know, knowing that I flubbed up the shot, I'm going to say the gun's still shooting just fine. So what we're going to do next is shoot 3 shots with the Speer hot core load. You guys seen the price difference, and that's the reason for the development. Those Speer hot cores are available. One of our local sporting goods stores, last time I was in there, they had 10 or 20 boxes of them, and the Speer, or excuse me, the Nosler AccuBonds, I haven't seen those on the shelf or even online anywhere for probably 2 or 3 years. So really excited about this. I hope, you know, we got both bolts going about exactly the same feet per second. Of course, one's a boat tail, one is a flat base. So there may be some differences, but we're perfect world. I've got our fingers crossed that the point of impact will be the same. We can use those 2 loads interchangeably. That's the hope. So before we do any more shooting, I was going to take a minute to ask you guys to please subscribe. We've had a little bit of growth lately. It's been really fun. We've had a ton of comments lately, and I want to tell all the folks that have been commenting how much I appreciate that. That's truly, for me, that's what makes this YouTube thing fun, is interacting with people across the country and or throughout the world. Actually, we've had some people even from Europe that's made some comments, so I appreciate those. And that's what's fun. We share ideas. You know, I've learned from some of the comments. I've had some people that have, you know, emailed me, and you know, and I share a lot more detailed information about loads and powder and things like that through an email. So if you have any questions about what we're doing, shoot me an email. It's in the description, and we can talk in a little bit more detail. I don't share a lot of that stuff on the channel just as we're talking. So anyway, please subscribe, please hit the thumbs up, and leave some comments. Let's get shooting. All right, we're gonna walk up and have a look. Okay, well, that wasn't a fantastic group. This is my first shot, which I thought, man, we're onto something. And these are my next two. So that's about a 2.5 inch group. You know, without question, totally unacceptable if that's how the gun shoots. These two guys are less than an inch apart. So we're gonna mark all them. And of course, we're gonna take another shot. So was this the flinch and this is where the gun's shooting with them loads? Or who knows, I don't know. Well, we're gonna take 3 more shots with this thing and see if we can pull them in. What's interesting about this gun is I've had great luck with this Speer bullet. I mean, that was my go-to bullet for 25 years, and I've tried it with other powders and had, generally speaking, pretty good success with it. I hope that group that we just saw there is a fluke. Another thing, interesting thing about this is the barrel gets pretty dang hot with that. You know, that's not a hot load, but when I shot those last 3, I could not put my hand on the barrel. My other 264 has a stainless fluted barrel. Nothing dissipates heat much better than this. Of course, you know, this gun's a 1970s technology. You know, metallurgy, the flutes in the barrel, that kind of stuff has really made some improvements. This is a great classic old gun, no question about it, but we hope we can get a better group than what we just had on that last one, so we'll try again. That barrel is pretty stinking hot. All right, guys, we might be on to something. We'll walk up and have a look. I can see through the scope. That's a pretty decent group, but I'll go show you guys. All right, I think we might be on to something. Here's a 3-shot group. Of course, here's point of aim. Whoops, point of aim. This is a point of impact, slightly different. You know, here's the Nosler, shooting right at. Point of impact, point of aim, same. So let's put the tape measure on and see what this guy actually measures. Okay, we're less than 1 inch. You know, I'd probably center to center would call it 7/8. One thing I think is worth mentioning, so on this first 3-shot group with the Speers, you know, this was essentially the flyer. And here's 2. And then point of impact is almost exactly the same on this other target. So I think the consistency is there between the 2 targets. A point of impact, a point of aim. So, all right, well, that was certainly interesting. I think that we learned a lot today. Point of impact is definitely not the same. I think the accuracy potential is there. I only shot 2 3-shot groups, had 1 flyer. The other 5 were pretty consistent. You know, printing a couple inches to the right, elevation was fairly close. So this is my son's gun. Of course, I'm not changing sights on it. Him and I got to have the conversation. We want to focus on that, on the Speer load, or just, I think what he's going to tell me is he's going to leave this gun right where it's at. We've probably got 200 rounds loaded of the Noslers, and we're hoping to have an elk hunt this year. And honestly, we've got enough 308s and other guns that we would, if we was focused on deer, we may take another gun besides this one. So anyway, I want to tell everybody thanks for watching. Had a lot of fun today. You know, kind of a little bit longer video. If you guys that are watching have been through the painstaking efforts of load development, I just brought you guys along with that. Like I say, it's a little bit longer video, but anyway, appreciate the support that everybody's been giving me, and tell everybody thanks for watching, and please subscribe.